good evening. We're back again with all of us here at Bear Talks.
Yeah,
You got me, Cinderella Jules. Yes, we're all here.
We're here.
To my left, to my right.
Lady Sujan.
And to my left,
Anthony.
Levi Pink.
and we're here again. And so today's discussion is the N word.
Yes, that word.
appropriate
that word.
to be used in any race. You know what the N word is, right? So, Anthony, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts. I think a lot of people say about the word being a negative and they're trying to make it into a positive by saying it. And like in the hip hop culture, I wouldn't say the black culture, the hip hop culture, it's used as a way of, it's not using the
Derogatory.
yeah.
Is it more of this house?
It's more of like, it's like almost saying,
Brother.
yeah, hey mate,
Yeah.
how's it going? But like, hey,
That
N-word,
sort of thing, yeah.
how's it going?
Definitely.
But still, the origin of the word
It's not
comes from a
good.
bad place.
Yeah.
So I think personally it's time to dump it, because like it makes it even worse when you're. I've been at concerts and stuff. Kanye West at concert are the worst ones, and like you've got a lot of white people there.
Yeah.
And he literally stops you and like kind of makes people say it, which I look around and feel like any other day everyone would be like, "Why are you calling me that?"
Yeah.
But then today you're giving them a day, a free pass day, to use the word.
Yeah, like approving it.
Yeah.
It's all right this day.
Yeah. But then next day you don't do it.
It is a free pass in music to say it. That's the only way you can say it.
But
If you're
it's-
singing along to music.
It still hurts when you see it though.
It does, but I think the only way they'll stop then is if they stop saying it in music.
They're
And
not
they're
gonna
not going
do
to
that.
stop.
So,
It's
yeah.
never going to work. Yeah.
I find that they actually say it a lot in American music.
Yeah.
Do you think that's my personal view? I don't really hear it.
No, we don't really hear it in UK rap.
Like I hear it in
No.
American.
No,
like,
UK
like,
They started saying it.
But
Yeah.
for me,
Really?
when I hear it in
Yeah.
the UK, it sounds funny. It's like
Even I've even heard some Afrobeat stuff.
You know what's
Like
interesting?
one of the boys said,
Yeah, that's
Nick,
true.
said Nick,
As
turn the
well.
Edward.
Yeah, like,
Edward.
Like, I
Yeah,
see
yeah,
some
yeah.
people
True.
that like are not black, but they're of a different heritage apart from
Ethnic. They're ethnic
ethnic.
minority.
Yeah.
Asian, something like that.
Yeah,
Arabs,
but
yeah.
they say it a lot as well, and I just kind of like, I don't know, I'm not wholly black.
No way.
Holy.
I would never.
Well, you was
How?
hardly.
Some throwback.
Obviously,
Some
I'm only,
throwback.
yeah, I
Maybe you're not a half.
You can be some throwback.
Yeah, I'm only half. So obviously, for me, I don't know. I went through this
You're
little
mixed.
self-discovery time where I found out that the word Negro is a Latin word, and I was kind of like, well, I'd rather be called a Negro than black because I'm not the same color as the PlayStation.
Yes, I
and
agree.
it was kind of like, do you know what I mean? That was my justification, probably because I use the word so often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
We all do.
Yeah, but you know, I did honestly feel like that because you know I'm not like I can't stand feeling like those forms where it says black.
Has anyone called you
Something.
the N words?
Yeah, I mean I've been called because I grew up in East London. I've been called more like black
B-I-T.
C-U-N-T or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Like something like that. Which probably again why I'm like
Yeah.
I don't like that because I
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah.
really been called the
Yeah.
N word. So you know what I mean. I've seen people like in movies saying it like hard hitting movies about racism and stuff. I've seen people and it's disgusting to just call somebody a name at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Like so.
What about
I think,
in relationships?
I suppose in the
Go on, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, that was recently.
I suppose for me,
You
As
got a
in
white
what?
girl or a black girl, and you like, you
There
know,
was
you want
something
to
on
stop
Instagram with
I think I
someone.
saw that.
Yeah,
Some guy.
yeah.
Was it the girl?
They're both were white,
Yeah.
but he was basically, telling her that she's an N lover. She's
I saw
I wasn't
that.
even talking about that one. I was saying
Oh,
about.
okay.
There's one that I think the guy,
You saw that one, right?
the white guy is with a black girl.
Yeah.
And he kind of like sometimes it was expecting
Embarrasses her in front of people.
Really?
But in the
Yeah.
bedroom, it's fine.
It's fine.
Like so, like in the bedroom, she lets him call her like a
Hey.
slave.
Oh, yeah, I actually saw
and
that
all
one.
that
I
stuff
heard
and
about that one. I thought it was
But like when he's out and about and it's calling her the same thing, she's upset saying, "Why are you doing that?" And he's thinking, "But last night he was absolutely cool with it and he thought it was fine." So it's like
Some
that
people
to
are
me
just
is a
so
bit.
twisted,
But I
really.
know a lot of black
same as rapping, though.
men
You might
that
as well say.
date
Yeah.
outside their
Well,
race
it's true, actually.
and get their partner to call them a black this and a black that and a black that in the bedroom. I know a lot of black men that love that.
That's messed
I think
up.
it's people
Love it.
that get a kick out of like, that's what, do you know, I just find
That's
it
messed
totally weird.
I was just gonna say, personally, that's
messed up.
weird.
I just find it
Like,
totally, I just find it weird that anybody
That's messed
would
up.
want,
Yeah.
to want anyone to do that.
Just even that anyone kind of gets a kick out of what colour they are, because
Yeah.
I don't know, we're just all human,
That's
innit?
jokes, isn't it?
Like,
That's
do you know what I mean? Like,
That's messed
like
up.
oh, because I'm
That's not-
like,
that's
I
not
see
makes
so
sense.
many different races
not about
doing
the
it, like,
sense.
and sometimes like, I talk a lot, but sometimes
Yeah.
like, I'm weirdly taking a back seat, like, and I'm listening like a lot to what's going on around me. And I see people being so adamant about their race and their culture and all these things that, like, when you're ready, it's the same similar kind of thing. When you're ready, though, you don't like it being flung at you, or you're like, no, it's wrong. There's hatred in the world, but you're the first person to kind of cause it by acknowledging it to an extent where, you know what I mean? Like, you're allowing it. Like, me personally, I feel like you're, like you said as well, with using the word, you're allowing it to be a thing. Like, when you're constantly putting something out there, you're now allowing it to be a thing. Like, if I keep going on about, you know, not like they say in school, somebody's winding you up, ignore it.
Yeah.
Once you ignore the person, they stop. Do you know what I mean? But when you're giving it so much ammunition, like you're giving it so much attention, like now it's a thing. Now,
I don't think it personally. I think it's rarely used, but then when someone that's not obviously with colour that says it, they get highlighted because everyone's like, "Why are you saying it?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me personally, when I hear it in a song, I don't actually say it. So you have to think. Some people, when they do hear the other person saying it, they're gonna think, "Why are you even saying it?" So for me personally, when I don't hear it personally, but if I was to hear it from another race, I would be like, "Oh, okay." Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm gonna like feel saying, "Oh, you're racist" and stuff like that, because it could be just something that it's just come out. Do you know what I mean? And they may have a lot of friends that they are around that obviously say the word or listen to the same music, and that's just them in the vibe. Do you know what I mean? But if they come out and you can see anger in the eyes, like daggers in the eyes, and they say that
exactly, and it's being done in a malicious way.
Has anyone ever called you the N-word?
Like, maybe I can't recall it, but maybe like in an argument like before when I was younger or something. Or actually, tell a lie. There was a lady, my neighbour. She's a bit crazy, and she got a big dog, and she used to call us like, "Say, are you Zulu? One of your friends are on the TV.
No way.
You end this, you end that." But she was crazy.
Well, white woman, right?
But we used to scare her.
Well, white woman.
Yeah. But it was like, again, she was drunk. Do you know what I mean? But
Let's not justify it.
I'm not justifying anything from her, but I'm just saying that was a situation.
Well, drunk,
Obviously,
being
She's a
drunk
big-
doesn't turn you into a racist.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Exactly. It doesn't.
you know
it
what I
doesn't.
mean? Like,
It doesn't.
that's her, when she was drunk, that's how she used to be.
A racist.
When she
The
went-
true her
drunk
came out. The true her came
Yeah,
out.
you get where I'm
Everybody
coming
is
from.
racist.
So,
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Oh, yeah, we have that.
I think
especially if you know what
we throw-
racist means.
Yeah, exactly. We throw the
Racism became
word
from
powerful.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
white
it's-
people,
and it comes
so
with
everyone
power.
can't be racist.
No,
It doesn't
but
make
that
people.
also comes with
it's
power.
not just them.
But who
No,
has
but
the
then
power?
that-
Who has the power?
No, my point is, like, as a black person, even the fact that we say we can't be racist because racism itself, like, we've now changed the word, like, we throw it around so easily.
Yeah, we don't actually know. People don't actually
it's
realise.
like, think of like when someone's discriminated, whatever, you're like, oh, they're being racist.
Yeah.
No,
But
discrimination is
racism and racist
Yeah.
is a thing, comes with power. So what I mean by that is, like, when racism started and how it was put was like to stop a group of people or a race of people from progressing.
Progressive,
That is a
yeah.
powerful
It's about influence
thing.
and power.
So it's like me being saying something about a white person. I'm just discriminating.
No
Like,
one
I've got
has- you're
whatever.
not gonna have any
It's
effect.
not racist.
Yeah. Nothing's
It's
gonna
not going
happen.
to change.
No.
Next day it's not going to be like, oh, I can't go to work. Like,
Well,
nothing's
you
going
might
to
be able
change.
to because you're black and you
But
said
It's
it.
not, it's not kind of like, you know, all right, I don't know, maybe because everyone's got their own weird idea anyway. So I'm allowed to have mine
Of course.
right here. But no, obviously, I feel like black people are racist towards like Asian people. Asian people
Discriminate.
are racist. No.
Discriminate.
We're not holding them back.
No. Oh, all right.
Yeah, we can't hold
hold
them
them
back.
back.
Yeah.
Who sells our hair products?
No.
Exactly.
We
Like,
can't be
we go
racist
there.
towards
Can't,
them.
yeah.
You can't be racist.
They're
like-
selling all our
Yeah.
food
But if
and
you
all
And we
our
can't
stuff.
spend more money there than you
the
spend it with
P
black
word,
people.
that's not racist.
It's short
No,
for
no,
where
no,
they're
but
from,
That's
though.
from
It's not
that's where
actually
they're from.
talking
That's
about
not
their
their
race.
colour. That's not.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
their colour.
Nick,
If we call
the
them
word,
like,
the N-word.
This is you're saying something about
Negro
a person
meant
colour.
like a darker skinned person.
No, that's just Negro, but the N-words,
No, but
with the ER at the end of it,
Yeah.
came from a bad place.
Of course, yeah.
So that's different from saying someone's
racism.
It's a P word. When it's just like, when you put a stand at the end of it, it makes it a bit fine.
No, but bad words are bad, like being bad towards somebody is bad towards somebody.
Do you get it?
Yeah. But when you say it in a certain way, it's like, okay, mate.
Yeah.
But when you put a stand, when you put a stand at the end of it, it becomes a country.
And you know, how do Asians treat black people? I mean,
it becomes a country.
I'm not denying at all that
I think we all treat people bad.
And that's it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not denying at all that there wasn't, you know what I mean, like a bad thing, you know what I mean, going on. But obviously, whenever I do, like, you know, some people, funnily enough, they'll be like, oh, I never knew that. What? There was white slaves? Like, but then like we had this conversation before, me and somebody over there, but they was like, no, that's poverty. That's not slavery. But like, to me, we're all slaves.
It's slavery on a different level. It's slavery on a different level. But white people weren't enslaved because of the colour of their skin. Hold on, white people weren't enslaved because of the colour of their skin. Everyone was enslaved.
White people were enslaved.
But not because of the colour of their skin.
Even still now, this day, you can break out, but where is freedom? Freedom for me, like freedom is within your mind. Freedom is still not here. Like, if you want to have it, do you know what I'm saying? Because even when it comes down to religion, even that itself was put out into slavery and to force people to be away. But you know, when you like, obviously we all understand our history in our own ways, and this is obviously the way I've interpreted it to see that.
That's what religion do.
Like, not even religion. No, I'm not saying religion. I mean, just like freedom for me is spiritual freedom. Like me being free spiritually, not necessarily religiously or anything, but me being free spiritually and the government or the people in power, whether it be the white man or the black man or the Asian,
it's not the black man. It can never be the black man. It never will be the black man.
No, it has been a long time ago.
No, it has been the black man. And what I say is occultically, like, if you think, I don't even want to say these people's name in it, but we all know like that there's a dark side. And there's a light side. Do you know what I'm saying? The dark place has all different races in it. Do you know what I mean? Because we are all the human race. This is who we are. Like, of course, there's been suppression. No. Of course we're not. We're all different. But and I know why I can totally understand why.
Do you know scientifically, like, black people are the only 100% human beings?
Of course, but that's why you've got to understand why.
Of course,
why black people would have been enslaved. And to say we're all slaves,
think about the sun. The sun's your friend.
We were enslaved to hold us back. We weren't enslaved.
My mum is white, and I said this to my mum. I'm like, Mum, you're one of them interbred things, and like, you're not really real. No, she says it. She says it herself. My mum believes stuff, but then my mum also believes that like she's human. But then when I came to the conclusion of like obviously growing up, it was kind of like weird for me. Not even growing up, but being at the age that I am now, and certain things like mental health, whatever, you're trying to figure out like why is my brain doing this, like, or why is someone's brain doing that? Then I kind of realized that when I've been in a setting of like seeing people like that, it's all races, but there's something in the brain.
The switch, but then there's something in the brain, it's society that's causing it, and that's why that it can be from different races.
Especially society, there's a lot of race and culture.
In the same society.
So the break is coming from the fact of like most people not been able to accept. Which I'm not saying the society is right, but most people not be accept what's been acceptable, as in what's fine. You know, and then we have things like social media that makes you feel inadequate as a person. That wow, I'm looking at everyone having a great time. I'm not. No, it's not. Like, but that's literally what it is. Because like, if we didn't have all these distractions, your mind would be your mind. Your mind would go a certain way.
Something so simple as like a paedophile, They say that's a mental illness, but paedophiles are all different colours.
But the more majority white.
No, they're not.
They are.
No. The ones that stereotypically
and also,
a stereotypical thief is a black man. But a stereotypical
wait. And also to make it worse.
Stereotypical thug is a black man.
Again with words.
Paedophile is a white man.
Example: when it comes to like the word paedophile, like we say, you know, R. Kelly was a paedophile. He isn't a paedophile. He was more of a predator, going for like, you know, vulnerable girls that shouldn't be going for.
Ages,
Like a paedophile is someone that actually goes for...
Under 10-year-olds?
No, the key part of it is like, before any changes, that's what a paedophile is.
Well, that could be before 10.
And black men
but
do
that's
that
the whole
too.
point. So
And Asian men.
Yeah, but
so that's a real...
Asian men hide behind their
you
culture.
believe from this twisted up government. You believe everything they tell us.
It's just how they do their work and how they...
I mean, we...
numbers. If
like, alright, I don't want to sound like really like
you said it's
negative.
You know,
Asians hide behind their culture though. They've got their culture to get away with being like with younger people.
Whatever.
So
But you know, I don't want to sound like too deep either. But you know, everything that we're even ever talking about when we say based on history, what I've said it about 5 times. What I've learned. How do I even know this? I've been here. Yeah, research from who?
Because your own research.
Yeah, I've been researching it. Of course, I'm saying.
Do you know your history? Do you know your nan's
yeah, but
from?
where do I? What I'm saying is, where I pick up these books from, or where I see it from, has been made by someone else that is me. I believe a co-conspirator on the dark side.
No, but that's not everyone though.
Okay.
That's
so you're not going to
everyone.
read or learn anything because you've never learned anything.
Let's say you as a person.
Some people know.
No, but let's say you as a person.
There's people out there.
Let's just say. Let me just try and let us see this. Let's say you as a person. For example, you found out some kind of truth, right? And you wrote into a book. Remember, you've done that because you know it's the truth.
Yeah.
That's what the exact same people is. So it's like there's you can go on the internet and you can search something. You can find anything you want.
Yeah.
Like me, you can have an argument.
And you can go on it. You can go search.
And I can pick it from my side, and I'll find an answer for it. You can pick from your side, you find an answer from it. But it's like you need to find resourceable force, like people that resource it.
You say that, but then do you believe the Earth is round? Do you believe somebody landed on the moon?
No, I don't believe.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you do,
theories,
you might as well start reading.
The key word is theory, isn't it? So it's not fact.
Like, yeah.
There's an element of truth in what.
But then it's just like, what is the underlying? You have to go back to the root.
Also, I don't think the world is round.
I don't.
Thank you.
But let's not get shot at.
Thank you.
Let's keep our theories and our opinions about that.
Thank you. And I'm sure that was written somewhere, wasn't it?
Intriguing when I read that, but when I researched that as well, like very intriguing. But you know, like someone, me and my friend was talking about it, like I'm talking about even just mental health or whatever. It's amazing what the power of the mind can do. Like a woman can tell herself she's pregnant and have a phantom pregnancy, like a whole pregnancy. It's real stuff.
But that's visualization.
The power of the mind is insane.
It's powerful,
so if I'm researching this and it makes sense, you know, like sometimes I'll see a quote and I'll be like, yeah, right, that makes bare sense. But I have to be smart enough to not apply it to my life. Sometimes. Just because something makes sense doesn't mean it's real. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
both sides make sense. The earth is flat.
Not all quotes are for you.
Yeah.
But not all history is for you either.
Yeah, of course.
It's quite dangerous. Some of the things
to read certain history.
Like some of the things that I've looked at.
That's what you want to know as well, though. As it is Black History Month, and you are of mixed heritage, how do you feel? Because you're on both sides of the fence, the black side and the white side. How do you feel about?
Where do you sit?
It all.
Or
Do you think as well? Do you think they teach us enough stuff in Black History Month? The good stuff that we need to know.
No, definitely not. If I'm honest about that, because obviously I've got 2 sons, so it's important that I teach them about their heritage and where they come from. So for that reason, I do like it. But growing up,
their dad, where's he from?
He's from Jamaica.
And he's just straight black.
So he's like, has he been to Jamaica? That's so cool.
Yeah,
So
then
the kids are then what?
Her parents are mixed race. She's mixed race.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
Is he mixed race?
Yeah.
No, but wait. So
my children would always be mixed race.
You're half
mixed race and mixed race.
Scottish and Jamaican, and he's
half
Jamaican, half English. So they're just.
It's got a mix.
Under like quarterish.
No.
Oh yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah, the quarter of everything.
Yeah, the quarter. Yeah.
But they're still mixed heritage.
Yeah,
same as
just more mixing.
Yes,
just a bit
definitely
more
colours.
More colours.
Then they're mixed race.
You know,
Do you feel like you have enough information to teach, or do you feel that you still need to?
No, I remember my son's first Black History Month at school when he was in reception, and it was that we had to do whatever something, I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, we won the competition anyway.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, because I found out a fact that I didn't know myself that was interesting to teach him about, because he likes space and things like that. So I found out about the first black astronaut that went to space, and he won that. And
was that May J? Was her name?
No,
was it
it was a man.
The first black woman.
What his name? No, I was talking about the man, the first black man that ever went to space.
After the black woman.
So,
Oh yeah, before they try to say it was someone else.
Yeah, because I don't know what made me, but yeah, I mean,
allow her to claim it.
I suppose my mum was always big on teaching me about my culture, even though she's white. She wanted me to know both sides of where I was coming from, you know. If anything, more so my black side, because I was already growing up with my white family, so in that, I respect her a lot for that. But I also sometimes feel sad that, you know, a lot of mixed race people I meet are very confused for different reasons, obviously. Like, some people have the idea that it's like because they grew up with a black family, so they don't know nothing about their black side, or they feel like it's because they grew up with a black family, so they don't know nothing about their white side. And it's like, you know, it's always like, you know, I don't know what it is for everybody else, but for me, myself, I know that my mum did her best to teach me things. And I feel like I'm not confused. I maybe was confused growing up because people have this little thing of like, oh, you're not this colour, I want you to be this colour, I want you to be that colour. You know, like, you go through a lot of different weird sorts of things, and I meet a lot of other mixed race people that have gone through similar stuff like it. But like I say, coming to the end of it, I feel like everybody is human. Like, Black History Month is great, like, but I do obviously sometimes wonder why there isn't no other race that has a History Month. But it's not an issue like that I'm gonna start taking to the Houses of Parliament anytime soon. But you know what I mean? Obviously, you I don't like to downplay, because obviously, like, me being Scottish, like, a lot of people, especially like here, people are like, oh, English, whatever, you just, that other side is dead or whatever. I don't know, like, when you're young, innit, people have a lot to say, innit, about white people. And obviously, I started doing it stupidly sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, oh, just white people so boring. Forgetting about my own culture, like what I've been brought up with. Like, when I look back at my like ancient history of Scottish people, like, it's
you still got history.
Do you think that the white side, the black side accepted you more than the white side?
No.
So you feel like it's both?
I feel like none of them ever accepted me. Not in my family.
Not even the black side?
No.
Black people accept everyone?
No, they don't.
We do, man.
Really?
I've been places,
the girls let the Chinese do their hair.
Not my family, that's what I say. Not my family personally. But I mean, just in general. Like, I might go to a hair shop and, like, how you say, like, we'll send half caste, not very nice word to use. My mum, like, I was always scared. Like, I always felt funny about going in a black hairdresser's, because they'll look at me and be like, oh, you little white girl or something. Do you know what I mean? No, honestly, Like, and then she's like, oh, my mum was like, my daughter wants to get her hair done. I was like, Mum, can you go in and answer lady? Because I was a bit shy, because I see this woman and she was kind of intimidating.
Well,
and
she's
then,
black?
No, because she just was. Even the white people I was intimidated by. You know what I mean? Because I'm not the same colour as anybody here.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. Like, you always, like, I'll be walking along the road with my mum, with my friend with white hair and blonde. My friend with blonde hair and blue eyes, and they'll think that, like, my mum will see an old friend and be like, oh, is that your daughter? And not, I'm not here. Do you know what I mean? And then even if I'm with, like, my black friends, oh, that's your, no, you can't be your cousin. She's too light, or, you know what I mean? Like, you feel like you never really fit in anywhere.
Lack of understanding, and
of course, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it is good to teach people, but it's good to teach people about both things, because really, I'm both. So wherever I'm going, like, I'm not white. I'm not black, I'm mixed race. And whenever I even say that, some people are like, what? But, like, one woman said to me one time, oh, I really kind of like you because, you know, you're more on, like, the black side. And I thought, where does she get that from? Because I've never expressed that, like, verbally. Like, maybe in the people I hang around with and 100%. Things like that.
You're on the black side, like 100%.
What was you going to say?
I'm on my side. 100%. I'm on the human side.
Which is
like
a black side. I just told you they're 100%
to me,
human being.
It goes down
the
to
black side.
Like, no, but obviously for me, I would be in a huge identity crisis if I just classed myself as black, knowing that my gran and my mom are white.
Do you have you heard about that?
I agree.
And I would be totally lost.
I agree.
Have you heard about the one drop rule?
But I know, I agree
no,
with
obviously
that.
my mum always. My mum.
Have you heard about the one drop rule?
I agree, and I would just say,
she understands that
I would agree, and I would
humans
just
come from
say
there
that
first.
this is the problem with our role models of today. They're now mixed race girls are being put as black role models for black girls, and that's not right.
We're mixed race.
Exactly, you're mixed race. You should be your own role models. You should be your own role models. For the girls that are like you. Because it's hard enough being mixed race without putting them on one side as it is.
Have you heard about the one drop rule?
So I believe
I just
that
think
if
whatever shade you are, you should be a
role model for that,
shade.
Have you heard about
You should be a role model for that.
So after all that, guys, have you heard about the one drop rule?
What's that?
Okay. So it's something that was said a long time ago by the white man, that if you've got any drop of black in you, you're black.
But if you was light enough, you
No,
could get let in the house.
yeah, but you're still black. You're letting the house, but you're not letting the house.
Of course, but you still can't be a role model for people that don't look like you, regardless of what you are on paper. Regardless of what you are on paper, you shouldn't be a role model for people that don't look like you, even if you are black.
Role model as
That's
in
what I'm
what?
saying. Like, so I shouldn't be selling hair products that aren't suitable for my hair. I should only be selling stuff for my hair. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then the only person you look at is people actually selling the product.
I'm just saying that I don't expect a girl with blonde hair to be selling me my hairstyle. Yeah, and also I don't expect a mixed race girl either because she's mixed race, she's half white. She can't have the same hair needs as I do. She's got,
if she was selling that one,
even if she's got more afro hair, she's still not gonna have. She's still gonna have
that had different products.
Hair that's still gonna have.
Yeah, I could say they can
more European.
But you still can't blame that person.
I know myself that no matter where I've been, when I was and this is the maddest thing, yeah. So this is the reality of it, because I took my son. I grew up in East London where there's a lot of white people, yeah, and I didn't really like that. My mum, like I say, is white. She didn't really like it for me.
So did the white people accept you over there?
No, not all of them.
But the blacks must have accepted you because
they didn't.
So, but
they didn't.
Can
you let me finish?
Okay.
When I brought my son, when I moved to South London, more black people, I thought this is going to be better for us. I'm going to send him to a school where there's more black people, and he's going to be able to understand and be better over here. Right? What I thought. Same exact thing happened to my son, but now with a black boy. You can't build a house with us because you're not brown skin. The little girl, when I was in reception, said, why can't you be white like me and try to rub my colour off? So then I'm at home doing this. My son's come home sad because he's not allowed to build a house with the black boy because he's not brown skin. Like, it doesn't matter where you go when you're mixed race. This is what I try to explain. And this is a second generation now. My son is going to be 10 years old and he's already experienced that from the opposite side. So it's intriguing, really.
You see, like on application form.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't really tick them unless I have to.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to. I don't always have to.
Probably have to. For a job, you're going to have to.
Yeah, for them, then I do. That's what I'm saying. If I have to, mixed black, white, Caribbean.
So like that, and that's what I'm saying when I mentioned about the one drop for whether you want to accept it, they literally lead you towards that path.
Yeah, that's fine, but you're not going to be a role model.
No, but then that role model part, you can't blame the person for being picked by a brand.
I'm not blaming them.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, for your children that are growing up looking at it, you've got to then educate your children that,
and tell them,
you know, just because your hair's like this, darling, and your skin's like this, it doesn't mean you're any less than this lovely mixed race looking girl that's got her lovely curls. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because
my mum was like, "Folks, you don't have hair like that to relax," and I didn't listen to her, and I still went and relaxed my hair. I said, "Honey, can you pay for me to get my hair straight?"
So moving on to the next topic. What's the next topic?
So so basically, moving on to the next topic. Thanks for getting me out that one together. We're gonna. So basically, what do you guys think, ladies?
Yeah,
all right, and
ladies.
you actually. What do you think of like, so you know, like when you're with your girls and like sometimes I do, like I just grab her tit quickly, like, I mean, I'll slap her bum, whatever. Like they never really do it to me. They just like wrong with me.
maybe they know you're not on it.
No, but like in the conversation, like, is it bad for a guy friend to do it to you? Because I'm not trying to hit on you.
I mean, I think it's wrong for a guy to like. It's disrespectful. I mean, if he's gay, then it's different because he's my homie, he's my girl. You know, he's my pal. That's my opinion. But if he's straight, if he's I mean, some of it, yes, true.
You never know. You never know.
No, but I think it's personally wrong because it's just like me going up and touching the boys.
Balls, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Guys don't like
obviously,
that.
you might like it.
No, but
it's wrong.
It's the wrong invitation.
What did you?
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
Stop you there. Why it's different if you do it to a man is because boys don't turn to each other like, hey!
Some
do.
Some do. Yeah, those ones do.
Let's even flip it. So we're saying that as a guy, I've got a friend that's a girl.
Yeah.
And like, because girls touch, you know, whatever bumps and everything else, yeah, I should feel free to do it. What about the boyfriend of that girl?
Yeah.
How would he feel like? What?
Exactly.
It's my man there, isn't it?
I would a man feel if a girl's touching his.
He smiles. He smiles and feels like.
Yeah. That's exactly the. Well, yeah, you're a guy, innit?
Yeah. We might get
Some
upset.
guys wouldn't actually
What's your
like
fault?
it.
You'll get upset.
What's your fault?
I don't think it's appropriate.
In regards to what a guy touching.
Yeah.
I think it'd be weird.
It's just.
And even for me as a guy, I just I find
I think
it
personal
weird.
space is
I
personal
find it
space.
weird.
I was gonna say.
Much as I said, I do it. Some of my friends know.
My reaction,
You know what I mean?
is like.
Just to lighten the mood.
I think. What's that? Do that.
I think they can just compliment. Like you
No.
can
I mean,
compliment
even
us.
when the guy does, even when the guy does something,
Be like, I don't want to touch you, you know. Trust me.
It's still different from a girl touching another girl anyway. It's not a man doing to a girl. It's a bit like
Because a man
it's
is
a bit
a
strong.
man.
Yeah,
different mental thought behind
it.
That you know that it's.
And
like,
it's something like.
Hey, honey.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be fine with it if my other half had friends, their boys, they're touching their bum and everything else. I wouldn't even think it's normal. And there's no way she can ever explain to me and say, no, she's just my friend.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
But see, that's what's crazy as
I'm
well,
gonna go
though.
out.
That's what's so unfair. I'm not saying like it's almost unfair.
Why is it unfair?
Like no, because like I'm not alright. I'm not in agreement with it.
Am I blocking?
Obviously,
I'm blocking.
No.
Am I cock blocking?
What's going on?
Am I cock blocking boys going for my girl?
No, this is what I'm saying. When men have control issues, like
All day.
security issues.
It's not that's not insecure. That's not insecure.
I don't think
That's straight touching.
I don't think it's
like someone touching. It's not insecure. Like if it's a conversation or whatever, we're talking about touching. There's no insecurity in any man touching your woman in any place.
No, I understand that. No, what I'm saying is that if
they go the extra mile to see how far.
Am I a dickhead?
I'm a woman. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm single, right? Alright, you're about your woman.
Yeah.
Fair enough, innit? I get that, but I'm saying like even just being single, like say there's a guy I talk to him, whatever. But like I'm single, so like whatever. Anyway, like. I'm sure we've all had it at school, whatever. There's some guys that just, I don't know, they lose control, that hand just goes bang on your bum. It's happened to me a lot of times.
The little cheeky,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the little
piss
cheeky, you know what I'm saying? But like, obviously, it's not that we're in agreement with it, but it happens and you go, stop it, don't do that again.
Some girls do it though.
What?
Some girls they get excited.
Oh yeah, they like some girls like it, yeah, and then they try and hit them back and that, yeah, like whatever.
But we're talking about adults
we're too old.
We're
too old for that. Like, we're big grown people.
You're bridging.
That shouldn't be happening. But at the same time, some people, some guys still do it.
So you're saying I'm insecure
because
I won't let another man touch my girl.
No, I'm just saying for you to not. It's not about the man that touches.
So you're saying I'm insecure for another
that
man touching my girl? I'm not letting that go.
I'm not saying for your girl. I'm just saying in general, like men can feel insecure. Not you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like men can feel insecure.
But you're saying I'm joking. The problem with men not knowing what's right and what's wrong is that
your boundary, what you've let them.
Yeah. So it's like because like other they might say other guys or what you've accepted or even as a man. This is where a lot of problems come. Like as men, so because some men have no game. They have no flow in regards to how they talk, whatever. That and the fact that they will try something on one girl, and this girl, and this girl's made it work.
Yeah.
So the fact that she's made it work, he now thinks it's fine on all the other girls.
But as women, that's what we deal with all the time. Well, you lot experiences that we have to deal with all the time.
Yeah.
We have to constantly tell you, I'm not the last girl you were seeing.
Yeah.
I'm not your ex. I'm not the girl you saw 5 years ago. I'm different. We have to constantly tell you not that. Same as you lot have to tell us, I'm not your ex. Don't treat me like how the man that hurt you.
But I
think
like
that we
I
have
was
to
watching
go through
something
people,
today
innit?
actually on social. It was saying about men carrying their ex's spirit onto the next girl and they're not actually allowing the girls. What's going on?
Why is it men carrying spirit?
I know.
Man,
no, we're just saying men for now. We're not saying women don't.
Women have it inside
We
them.
have it. The women does as well, but the man carries his spirit from this one.
Unless you do chakra
fulfill this one.
Which man does that?
This one fulfilled this one.
I'm just saying.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
But men should. This is what I'm saying. People should cleanse their energy and their soul,
and they should like
and
deal
they
with
should
whatever
be better
issue they
people.
had. Yeah.
But some people and it ain't, because it ain't just men, but some people are just mad, innit? They're just wild. They're just nuts. Like, they'll just do things. Like, my friend, she might be upset with me saying this, but she ain't, anyway, it's my friend, innit? Whatever.
She don't know.
Like,
no names.
No names. No names. You don't know what one it was. They're all crazy. Anyway, she yesterday went out with her guy. And she knows the guy that she's seeing. Yeah, it's alright. She might watch it. She might not. I don't care. I'll tell her anyway.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, yeah. So she went out with this guy that she's been seeing. It's her sort of thing. And then she brought this girl. It's not her regular friend, but it's a new kind of friend. Like, it's not a long-term friend. She brought a girl out with her. The girl has decided to put it on my friend's link. My friend beat her up.
Oh, wow.
My friend's not proud of herself for it. Because I said, you know, we don't fight over men, but I hear you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Principles.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying about insecurity, though. Sorry, she knows I'm real with her, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I hear principles, but you know what? See, when you're secure within yourself, a principle shouldn't even matter. You know your principles. Leave it as that. To be the bigger, better person. Tell her go home, or you go home. Let them. If she wants what's been rammed up inside you, rammed up inside her, that's her lack of respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna look at you and think that's what you're on. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta people move a bit mad. People like to give that whole. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she said that when she walked away, then they're grinding with each other, and like obviously they're both kind of realistically supposed to be her friends, isn't it? But as friends, that's not how you, like we're saying, it's not how you move. You don't be doing them things. But you know what? The human species is a bit
affairs of the heart caught at that.
As grown up as we all say we are, which we are, it's intriguing to know that there's still grown ups like this. Like I was saying the last time, some people never mature. Like, I don't think they do. I don't think they ever get what's around us, the environment. And what's around them, like you say, the energy.
We're going to talk about grooming. In this society, do we believe it still exists? Do men obviously take advantage of younger women? Vice versa, do women take advantage of younger men? What's your thoughts on this?
Do you have any thoughts?
Do you have any experience? Do you have any experience on this? Or does anyone?
I do.
I mean, I was groomed.
Go on.
When I was really young, but that was by family members.
What age is that?
7, 8, 9. Yeah. Then outside of family when I was 15.
So the inside family one, is it like
older?
Older. Was it like
years? You mean? No, it was actually like teenage, like older teenagers. So I'd be like 7, 8, 9, and they'd be like 16 or 19. Yeah, which was weird because then people seem so old to you. 16 seems so much older, but it's not actually that much older. Do you know what I mean? And then I suppose when it happened to me when I was 15, I ended up going out with the person. So I suppose.
How long did he groom you for?
I must have met him.
This is not your family member. This is
this is someone I actually went out with.
It's a relationship.
He waited about 5 months for me to turn 16.
So like what? So he met you?
Yeah, he'd meet me.
Is this time of mobile phones and stuff?
Yeah, mobile phone times.
He got your number.
Yeah. I bought a drawer for him.
Why not? Yeah. So all for that 5 months, in that time, he was literally like
grooming you. They talk to you. They make you feel. They make you feel.
Did he buy you anything?
No, he didn't buy me anything. That's what I'm saying. When you used to take people like spot, it's nothing to do with that.
It's just the way
it's being there for you, talking to you, listening to you, being your friend, being someone that you can trust, being someone, for example, I hung around with people my own age. Yeah. So none of us drove. None of us had jobs. He had a car, he had a flat.
So everyone was perfect.
So he could pick me up from school. He could pick me up from school, he could drop me to my friend's house, he could pick me up.
Did you pick you up from outside school or somewhere around the corner?
He's picked me up down the road.
Okay, so you knew he was doing wrong anyway.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't do it separately.
Okay.
But what he didn't do is kiss me, do anything physical.
So he literally waited.
But do you feel that he was
didn't do anything physical
so,
with me.
So did you feel like he moulded you into the way how he wanted you when he's ready for you? So what I mean in regards to even sexually, was he talking about certain things or
no, that's what
trying
he
to find
do.
out what you like or what he likes?
Didn't do any of that.
He didn't even let you know what he liked?
No.
So then when you became 16, was it like bang, 16's time, let's do this?
Kind of, but we didn't have sex straight away because obviously it was like it was still fresh, but we did do a lot of...
Did he start talking about it, trying to get it into your head about...
No, we just went out, like you dated someone for such a long time, you start going out, take it from the park to the house.
Hey.
And then, you know, and it was weird, it was very strange because...
And how long was this going on for?
We was only together for about 6 months. Basically, we broke up because I wanted to hang out with my friends and be a kid.
And he thought, no.
And he was like, you're immature. And I was like, I'm not immature,
So
I'm
he's
young.
24, he's 24.
Yeah, he's 24. And he was doing different things.
So do you feel like he was literally moulding you to be whatever, but do you still think he was still doing his thing as an adult with other girls, maybe his age? Or do you think there was no time for that?
Because I did ask him and he said, no, I didn't. And I was like, but why wouldn't you cheat on me? Because I'm young.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And experience and all that shit.
He swears down that he didn't.
But he would do it. He would say that.
I don't know.
So you believe? Also, do you think?
He's very young in his mind.
So to him,
like
it was
not
R. Kelly.
But R. Kelly's very mentally immature.
R. Kelly's a child.
He's very young.
He's a child. He's a child. He's a predator.
One where they start putting in the sexual stuff early, so you know.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
There's different types, and I think when you want to be with someone, you have to go a different way about it. When you want to control them and be the dominator, you might have to get in their mind.
But don't you think it was trying to control you anyway? Because the fact that you said that
he wanted
didn't want
me
you
to be around. So he wanted me to always be around his house, roll with him and stuff like that. When I went to hang out with my friends.
With his lifestyle and life, and he was getting you.
But sexually.
So the whole thing was like 11 months.
Yeah.
But he never sexually did anything with you. It was just
but when I was of age, he waited till I was of age.
Okay.
He waited till I was of age, and I respect that.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
It's still going on now. Like,
yeah.
I still see. I mean, I see a lot of young girls looking a lot more mature, and they look older than me.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I'm double at age. Tall, makeup, contour,
I think the food.
And the food.
But as a man, would you ask for ID if you meet a woman?
I mean, I think they should. I think
you should. I think ask for ID or a passport.
I think personally,
passport
any guy that says that they didn't know she was this age or this, I just said, 2019, you need to ask for
that's what you should say.
Passport.
I mean, it's intriguing because I've had somebody younger than me ask me how old I am just to make sure.
Sure, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But then I've had, when I was really young, like...
What's really young?
I'm 11, like really young. Like just going to the park, like as you do. Normal.
Mind your business.
Summer's day with your mate. And guys coming up to us. And these one bunch of guys were like, how old are you? Said I was 11, they ran off. Then I've had other guys when I'm like a bit 12, 13, I'm saying I'm 12. No, you're not. Why are you lying for? I'm not, like, why would I lie? Like, you can blatantly see I'm 12, but I look young now, so I dread to think what I look like then when this guy was trying to talk to me. And then I remember seeing that same guy in another setting and being like, oh yeah, don't I know you from something? Like, purposely I did it as well, like a couple of years, maybe 2-3 years later. I was like, don't I know you from something? And he tried to hide because he didn't want to be known as that guy that was trying to get the young girls. Because they get a power trip off of it somewhere. Like, I've seen it like play out in so many different scenarios.
I think it's like the girl, I wouldn't say the girl because some women do it as well. But I feel it's like they like them looking up to them and like they like to be in control as well.
It's just that moulding thing.
I think it's what they want as well.
Like, I used to know a guy and he...
You saying?
Yeah, he specifically kind of like went for younger school uniform wearing girls.
Was this a barbershop in sorry, you did mention
it was a barbershop.
Wow.
No, it wasn't.
How old was he?
He was older. It was older than me, I'd say, probably.
Really?
But yeah, he was older than me. And like he used to be like it's when the schoolgirls walk by in their uniform, right? And he would just be like, 1 second, go outside, la 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 la, do his bit and come back in. And like
talk to them.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, this is like about 15, 20 years ago. And for me, even then, I was 20, 15 years ago, I was 25. Me then, it even looked a bit, it didn't look weird. It's gonna sound so wrong. It didn't look weird. I didn't think anything of it. Like I just thought silly girls. And I'm being real, that's what I thought then. But like now, and when I sit back and think of it, I'm thinking, raw, he was literally taking the piss. Because like, he'd go outside, he would talk to them, he would get their number. And then even though he said what he said, like when I was like, bruv, what's going on? He's like, oh yeah, schoolgirls, innit? When you get them from young, you like, mold them into what you want them to be.
Because if I would have stayed with that guy, that's what it would have been.
Because there's a lot of situations where
that's mad, but I don't get it. You're a weak person.
Yeah, no, it's a young girl's been with an older guy, and you think, what? There's such a big age gap, but he's molded her.
Yeah.
He's got it into her mind. There is, and they're still with them.
I enjoy getting
if you're a woman, it's fine.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, but I mean, like,
you don't have to say.
You should allow somebody to mature.
You don't have to say.
Giving you money, I'm saying 20 years old, 21 years old. Like, you've got to let people like get past 18 before they know anything.
What your parents tell you.
Or not having
what your parents accept
there.
as well,
Or not having like the parent, or having one not being there.
My dad's 11 years older than my mum, and he always told me to date someone older. So that is what, as well, why I didn't think it was too bad. Because my dad told me you should always date a man at least 10 years older.
But I think maybe he didn't tell you what age to start from. Then.
Exactly, that was his fault.
That was a downside. It's like, so maybe he's not wrong. But just didn't tell you what age to start.
And his wife is 17 years younger than him as well. So I do believe it just depends what you're brought up around.
It is just surrounding the culture again.
Wow.
But I mean,
wow. Okay.
43. Yeah. Okay.
And what? Sorry, let me go more on that. Just so, what's your background?
My mum's from St Lucia and my dad's from St Vincent.
Okay. Right. On this section, we're going to talk about Bear Talks Black Facts, and I'm going to go straight to you, Levi. After the smile you gave me, go.
So I'm gonna tell you guys about a man called George Crumb, who was the first man to make crisps in the 1800s, and a customer came in one day and he was annoyed that the chips were too thick, so he cut them thinner, and then that's how crisps were invented. And that's why they call them chips in America.
Yeah.
And we call them crisp. I don't know why.
We call them crisp because it's crispy.
Crispy.
Crispy potatoes.
Yeah.
Go on, Cinderella, spit. What's yours?
Okay, so guys, I thought it was going to be me, the fastest woman, in the world. No, not unfortunately, but fortunately, we have Shelly-Ann Francis. Sorry, that's wrong. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, who is now being crowned the fastest woman in the world with a 10.71. She's Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? Still African, but she's Jamaican.
Yes, still African, yes. Deep down.
I had to throw that in there.
That's the truth.
But yeah, obviously, guys, bloody proud of her. We're still winning. More to come.
Damn right.
Over to you, my lovely.
My one is, the drink Jack Daniels? A black slave actually taught him how to blend.
Yeah, did they still?
Really?
Yeah, why would you be surprised, Ben?
I know. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm just trying to give it a bit of oomph.
So, really, imagine what it would actually be called if we named it after that black slave. Would it be called Jack Daniels?
No, it wouldn't be.
It would be called Black Daniels.
Black Daniels. Yes. So now when you give Jack Daniels, remember it's Black Daniels, yeah?
All
right. Black Daniels at Bear Talks. Hashtag Bear Talks. We started that. Black Daniels.
Black Daniels.
My fact, because of what we were talking about earlier on about interracial relationships and stuff. In the USA, I think 1664, they banned interracial marriages, and then it was only actually taken off in 1967. But to make it even worse, the state of Alabama only took theirs off in 2000, which is only like 19 years ago. So if you think about it, in that state, you couldn't marry a white man, you can't marry a black woman.
People had to leave the country, to
go somewhere else. So thinking on that, like not trying to put it on the same par, but if you think about like just what gay people and everything else are only just being able to get married now. It just shows how all these bands of people just being normal or doing what they want to do has been put in place by whatever government or whatever the law pushes are saying, but it's like actual natural normal shit. They're saying you can't do. 2000
in Alabama.
Like that was.
Yeah, but then the leader of the KKK was only killed in 2002 or something.
Was he from Alabama?
So you know what I'm saying.
More than likely.
From Alabama.
Sweet home Alabama.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Home, Alabama.
It was great, guys.
You want to close us?
So it was a fun session, guys.
It was nice.
Basically, if anyone has been groomed or you've experienced any form of grooming, please do not feel that you can't talk to anyone. Get in touch with
your friend, family, someone that you
Communication's
trust, and please talk to them because this is a serious situation and it shouldn't be happening.
Even one of us.
Yeah, you can send a message in.
Or call 999.
Or call 999.
It's 101. It's 101.
And if you got a phone and you got social, they're on social too, innit? No excuses.
Don't be scared to talk.
No excuses.
Don't let your young children have social media. How about that? On my social, I've got 18 and over. I'm going to change it to 21 and over. You know what I'm saying? Let's put restriction, guys. As adults, we need to take responsibility.
100%.
And if anyone's been experienced racial anything, again, speak to someone again. And that is a wrap from us.
That is a wrap.
I'm Cinderella Jules, and this is
Lady Suja.
And that is
I'm Anthony.
And Levi.
And bye.
Cheers.